the types of softwares. So let us see what a software is first. Software represents the set of programs that govern the operation of a computer system and make the hardware run. It can be classified broadly into two categories. One is called system software and the other one is called application software. So generally this software set of programs होते हैं जो कंप्यूटर के हार्डवेयर को रन करने में हेल्प करते हैं, नहीं जो कंप्यूटर के हार्डवेयर को रन करने में चलाने में हेल्प करते हैं, उस तरह के जो सॉफ्टवेयर जो प्रोग्राम्स और सेट ऑफ प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं उनको हम क्या कहते हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर कहते हैं. सॉफ्टवेयर कैन बी क्लासिफाइड ब्रॉडली इनटू टू कैटेगरी, और ये दो कैटेगरी में डिवाइड होते हैं, सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर और एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर. सो नाउ लेट अस सी what is system software first. The software that controls the internal computer operation such as reading data from input devices, checking system components, etc. is called system software. तो जो भी कंप्यूटर के इंटरनल ऑपरेशंस होते हैं, जैसे डाटा को इनपुट डिवाइसेस से रीड करना, डाटा को मेमोरी से रीड करना, डाटा को एक यूनिट से दूसरी यूनिट में भेजना, राइट, और डाटा के साथ के कंप्यूटर के जो भी सिस्टम के जो कंपोनेंट्स हैं उनको चेक करना, वेदर द कीबोर्ड इज प्रॉपर्ली कनेक्टेड और नॉट, माउस इज प्रॉपर्ली कनेक्टेड और नॉट, ऑल दीज टाइप ऑफ टास्क्स or operations are controlled by system softwares. The system software can further be classified into two categories. One is called operating system and the other one is called language processor. Operating system and language processor. So now let us see what is operating system first. An operating system is a program that acts as an interface between a user and the hardware. जो भी कंप्यूटर और यूजर के बीच में एक इंटरफेस की तरह से काम करता है, ऐसा प्रोग्राम आपका ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम कहलाता है. The major role of an operating system is to execute a program. किसी भी प्रोग्राम को एग्जीक्यूट करना, ये आपका ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम का मेजर रोल होता है. एंड देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स. वन इज कॉल्ड सिंगल यूजर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, मल्टी यूजर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, टाइम शेयरिंग ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, रियल टाइम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, मल्टी प्रोसेसिंग ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. सो द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ ऑल दीज operating system is beyond your syllabus, so you should know about the types of operating system only as per your syllabus. Now let us see what are language processor. This is the one of the type of system software. A language processor is a special type of software that can translate the source code into object code or machine code. Language processor एक इस तरह का सॉफ्टवेयर होता है जो आपके सोर्स कोड को कन्वर्ट करता है ऑब्जेक्ट या मशीन कोड में. Now let us see what are source code and object code. Source code refers to the program written by a programmer in high level language such as C, C++, Java, Python, etc. कोई भी यूजर या प्रोग्रामर जब किसी हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज में कोई प्रोग्राम लिखता है तो वो जो प्रोग्राम होता है उसे हम, या जो कोडिंग लिखता है उस कोडिंग को हम क्या कहते हैं, उसको हम सोर्स कोड कहते हैं. और ये ह्यूमन रीडेबल फॉर्म में होता है, यानी ऐसी लैंग्वेज होती है जिसको हम समझ सकते हैं, इंग्लिश लाइक लैंग्वेज होती है. and that is called source code. On the other hand, object code refers to the code usually in a machine language or binary form. जो भी कोड मशीन लैंग्वेज में होता है या बाइनरी कोड में होता है उसे हम क्या कहते हैं, ऑब्जेक्ट कोड कहते हैं. अ लैंग्वेज दैट कंप्यूटर कैन अंडरस्टैंड इजीली एंड रन ऑन हार्डवेयर. और ये एक ऐसी लैंग्वेज होता है जिसको कंप्यूटर कैन इजीली अंडरस्टैंड. एज यू नो, कंप्यूटर वर्क्स ऑन डिजिटल सिग्नल्स, so the computer can understand only binary signals. Binary signal means either the signal is high or low, or in other word, either it is on or off. So that type of language is called binary code. So the object code is basically the code written in binary form, and source code is a code that is written by a programmer in high level language such as C, C++, Java, Python, etc. Now the types of language processor. There are three types of language processor. First one is called assembler. This is a type of language processor which converts a code or program written in assembly language into machine language. The basic purpose of language processor is what? It converts a program written in one language into machine language. So assembler is such a language processor which converts a program written in assembly language into machine language. Then we have interpreter. It is a type of system software that translates and executes high-level language code into machine code line by line. So interpreter, it is another language processor which converts a high-level language code into machine code or binary code, we can say. But the process of conversion is, or mechanism of conversion is line by line. So at a time, suppose there are 10 lines in a code written in high level language. So interpreter converts the code line by line. So it takes the first line. If there is no error in this line, then it executes it into, then it converts it into machine language and executes it. Then it moves to the next line. If there are some error in this line, it stops there, and you have to rectify the error in the line. Once you have rectified the error, you again have to interpret that program, and again the process of convergence began from the very first line. So in this way it checks it line by line, and if there are no error, it converts it into machine language line by line and executes there only. So every time whenever you want to interpret a program, it is always, the interpreter is always required in memory. The other language processor is called compiler. So this is also used to convert a high level language code into machine code, but it converts high level language code into machine code at one go. Means if there are 10 lines, it takes the entire 10 lines of code and converts them into machine language. But if it founds errors in some of the lines, so it shows all the lines along with it shows all the errors along with their line numbers. So user have to rectify all those errors and then again have to compile that program, and this process should repeat until their program becomes error free. Once all the errors are removed from your high level language code, then it simply converts it into machine language and then execute the program. Once the compiler has compiled your high level code into machine language code, then compiler is not required anymore in memory. So this is the difference between interpreter and compiler. Interpreter compiles your program or interprets your program line by line, and it is always required in memory, while compiler converts your program by converting all the lines into machine code at one go, and once the compiler has compiled your program into machine language, it is not required anymore in memory. So this is all about the language processor. So this is all about this video. Thank you very much.